So, welcome to another video wherein we are going to discuss the cross section of foundation. So, here in the question, draw the cross section of the SSM foundation we have provided for a load bearing wall of 230 mm thick in burnt brick masonry in superstructure of a residential building. Okay, so here what we have the data. So, this is how you need to draw the diagram. So, width of foundation is 1 meter. Okay, so the width of foundation will be this width, which is 1 meter. Then thickness of PCC is 150 mm. So as you can see here, PCC, which is 0.15 meter or 150 mm. Then width of PCC is again 1000 mm. Absolutely, it is this width is much 1 meter or 1000 mm. Then we have thickness of plinth beam is 300 mm. So this thickness of plinth beam is 300 mm. Okay, so DPC, thickness of DPC is, so above the plinth beam we need to provide the DPC, which is 25 mm. We need to provide the hatching here. I forgot to do that. Okay, so hatching should be provided here. Okay, then what we have got, width of first footing above PCC is 740 mm. So this will be the first footing. This will be the first footing. Okay, so which is 740 mm or 0.7574 meter. Okay, then we have width of second footing. So this is the second footing whose width is 570 mm. 570 mm. Okay, this second footing width is 570 mm. Width of the third footing above PCC, width of the third footing is how much? 300 mm. So this width is how much? 300 mm. Okay, so this width is 300 mm. Then depth of each footing is 300 mm. So this is 300 mm or 0.3 meter. This is again 0.3 meter, and this from here till here it is 0.3, 0.3, 0.3 meter. Okay, so then what we have, plinth level is 500 mm above the ground level. So this is the ground level which we have reached. Above this plinth level is there up to 500 mm. Then after that DPC 25 mm. Then we need to provide a 230 mm thick wall. So this is the 230 mm thick wall. Okay, so we need to show the continuation mark here. That's it. Okay, so I'll show you how to draw this. Okay, first thing what we will do, finally we need to achieve this. So what I'll do, first thing, I'll take a line. Okay, line of 1 meter, which is the width of the foundation, that is 1 meter. Okay, then what we can do, we can take a central line. We can take a central line. Okay, so as we know, thickness of PCC is 150 mm. So I'll take an offset of 0.15 meter here, like this, and I'll join these lines. Right, then you can turn this. Okay, then we need to draw the first footing. What is the first footing? Width of first footing is 570 mm. So what we need to do, we need to divide the 570 into 2, divided by 2. Okay, so that will be 570 divided by 2 will be 285 mm. So what we need to do, what we can do is offset of 0.285. So this is what we are doing. We are drawing the first footing. Okay, 0.285 on this side and 0.285 on this side, as you can see. Okay, its first footing is 740 mm. 740 divided by 2, 370. Okay, so offset of 0.37 meter. 37 meter. As you know, depth of each footing is 300 mm. So I'll take an offset of 0.3 meter from here. Okay, so we can trim this line, we can trim this line, and then we can trim these lines. So as you can see here, 740 mm is the width of the first footing, and then 300 mm is the depth. So like this. So for the second footing, what is the width? Width is 570 mm. So we have divided the 570 divided by 2. we have obtained the value of how much? 285. So offset of 0.285 on this side and 0.285 on this side. Then we'll take an offset of 0.3 meter as it is the width of each footing in the particular case trim these portions. So we have completed the second footing. Now as far as the third footing is concerned, third footing is 300 mm. 300 mm. Okay. So offset of 0.15 on this side and 0.15 on this side. Again, the width or depth of the third footing is 300 mm. So we can offset it at a post space, offset at a distance of 0.3 meter. Then we can trim these lines over here. Okay. So above this we have got a plinth level, which is again 300 mm. So this is our ground level. As you can see, this is the ground level. Like this, you can mark the ground level. Now above this, plinth level is at a distance of 0.5 meter. So what we can do, offset of 0.5 meter from the plinth level. Okay. So you can extend these lines. This will be our plinth level. Right. So above this we need to provide the DPC, which is 25 mm thick DPC. So offset of 0.25 is 0.025 meter. Okay. Then we can extend these lines like this. Then above the DPC we have got a 230 mm thick wall. Okay. So offset of 230 is nothing but 115 meter on the either side. Like this. We can trim it here. Okay. Then what we can do is we can show the continuation mark somewhere here. Okay. Right. Like this. Then now what we need to do, we need to show the hatchings here. So one hatching I'll show you. This is the hatching for the concrete. This is the SSM, size stone masonry. Then again concrete. Okay. This is ANSI 32 for wall. Wherever you need to show the wall, we need to show the hatching of this one. Okay. So we'll try to do that. So first, in order to do the hatching, you have to press H space. Okay, then these options will be available to you. So now you need ANSI 32. So I'm going to select this ANSI 32 and click on this. Okay, so I'll show you one problem that will exist over here. Again, if I press H space, for example, you want to carry out the concrete hatching here. So if you scroll it down, if you click over here, so concrete hatching is available to us here. But if I click on this, the problem over here is you need to edit this scaling of the hatching. For example, what I found is if I select 0.0005, then as you can see here, we can see the concreting very clear. Okay, now what we need to do is here, so these are size stone masonry, so I'll trim all the portions. Then we can go for the hatching of size stone masonry. over here. Okay, so as you can see, scale is very high, so 0.05 if we could try and get, okay, so 0.06, we can go for 0.07, 0.03, like this. So you have to make a certain okay. So one thing I've done over here is you need to provide the concrete here. That means this should be, so only we need to provide hatching in this region. Okay, the same hatching ANSR, and then we need to provide a concrete over here. So here on this side, what you need to do, you need to take 150 mm concrete bed, then rest of this what do you call, you need to provide this hatching. Gravel hatching after 150 mm, you need to provide the gravel hatching. Okay, so this is, and then you need to show the dimensions of each and every aspect here. Okay, okay, so the next question is combined RCC column footing. So what we have, draw the cross-sectional elevation plan of footing, reinforcement of the combined footing. Size of the column is given to us, which is 400 by 400. Size of footing is 4000 by 2000 mm. Depth of footing is 600 mm. So here size of the column is 400 by 400. As you can see here, 400 like this on this direction and 400 in this direction. Okay, then size of the footing is 4000. So this one is 4000. From here, this point to this point, it is 4000 mm and by 2000. So this is 2 meter by 4 meter footing. Okay, it's a combined footing. Then depth of footing is 600 mm. So this is the depth of footing, which is 600 mm. Right. Then thickness of concrete bed is 200 mm. So the concrete bed which we are providing at the bottom is how much? 200 mm. We need to provide the hatching here. Okay. Then center to center distance between the two columns is 200 mm. So the center of this column, if you consider center of this column, it is 200 mm. Then what we have, longitudinal reinforcement in the column is 8 number of bars of 20 mm dia. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, 3 plus 3 6 plus 2 8 number of bars are there in this of 20 mm dia. So in this plan they look like a their diameter will be visible to us, but in the elevation, so these are the 3 number of bars which will be visible to us. Remaining 5 bars will be hidden behind this. So this is 1 bar of 20 mm dia, 20 mm dia, 20 mm dia. Okay, then what we have, transverse reinforcement 8 mm at 200 mm center to center. So these are the 8 mm dia bars at 200 mm. So the distance between these two bars is 200 mm center to center. Okay, then what we have, footing reinforcement. So we need to provide top mat and bottom mat here. Top mat is 12 mm dia at 150 mm center to center, and bottom mat is 12 mm dia at 100 mm center to center. So this is 12 mm dia, 100 mm center to center in both the direction. So this is 1 bar will be visible to us, as we have discussed in the isolated column footing. Okay, so these are 12 mm dia bars at 100 mm center to center. This is the bottom mat. As far as the top mat is concerned, 1 bar will be visible to us, and the remaining bars are hidden behind that. And then this is the 12 mm at 150 mm center to center. So the distance between these two bars is 150 mm center to center. So here in plan, one side we have tried to show the bottom mat, and one side we have tried to show the top mat. Okay, so that means here again So here what else is given to us? Clear cover to column is 40 mm, clear cover to footing is 50 mm. Okay, so here this is the 40 mm clear cover from here to here, clear cover 40 mm, and this is 50 mm clear cover. And so this is your first bar. So this is 12 mm dia at 100 mm center to center. One side we have tried to show with the dotted lines, and this is the top mat, this is the bottom mat. Okay, so this is 12 mm dia at 100 mm 100 mm center to center. This is 12 mm dia at 150 mm center to center. Okay, so now let us try to understand how to draw this diagram. So first thing what we need to do, we need to take the size of the footing, which is 4000 by 2000, which is 4 meter by 2 meter. So I'll take a line of 4 meter, 4 2 meter, 4 meter, 2 meter. Okay, so this is what we have done. Then after that what we need to do is, the column is, now one thing we need to understand, this is 4 meter, so this total length is 4 meter. So center to center of column is 2 meter, so remaining 1 meter will be on this side and 1 meter will be on this side. So we can mark the center of the column by taking an offset at a distance of 1 meter from these two sides. So I'll take offset of 1 meter from here and 1 meter from here. Okay, so then what we can do is, we can take the center of this, so line midpoint of this. Now we know the column dimension is 400 mm by 400 mm, so I'll take offset of 0.2 meter on this side and 0.2 meter on this side, 0.2 on this side and 0.2 meter on this side, like this, 0.2 meter, 0.2 meter. Okay, so what we can do now, we can trim these portions. Like this, we have obtained the column of 400 by 400, center to center is 2 meter. Okay, so we can delete these lines from here. Now the, what do you call, clear cover of column is 40 mm, so I'll take offset of 0.04 meter, 40 mm on all the sides. Okay, then we can trim these portions like this. Okay, so instead of taking one more time there, I'll just copy it by selecting this point and pasting on this point, so that we can obtain 40 mm clear cover over here. Okay, so this is the one part. Now what we need to do, then what we have, so for bed concrete we have taken a certain, so that it could rest properly, so I'll take that as offset of 0.075 on the base of the bed concrete. We can provide the footing. So in order to join this, you need to press F space fillet command. Okay, so now we need to provide the bottom reinforcement and top reinforcement. Okay, so the clear cover is in the footing is 50 mm, clear cover in footing footing reinforcement is 50 mm, so I'll take offset of 0.05, offset of 0.05 on this side and offset of 0.05 on this side and offset of 0.05 on this side. So this is your first reinforcement. Okay, So this is the first reinforcement. Then which are placed at a distance of how much? 100 mm. Bottom reinforcement is placed at a distance of 100 mm. So I'll take another offset at a distance of 0.1 meter in this direction and one more 0.1 meter. So as you can see, one number of bar, two, three number of bars I have provided here. So this here 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, we'll try to show it on this side as well. 0.1 meter offset, 1, 2, 3. Now because they are at the bottom, we need to show them as dotted. Okay, so like this, right? So for that, what we need to do, so we want to convert these lines into dotted lines. For that, what we need to do, I'll select these lines 1, 2, 3 and so first you should go to other. Okay, so here we have got ISO dash. If it is not available, then we should go to load. Okay, ISO dash is available to us, so I'll click over here. So since it is already available, it is showing us what to do. Okay, for example, we have got here ISO dash, so I'll click on this, then I'll select the global scale factor as 0.5 and see what will happen. Okay, then we need to select these lines, and now the lines are in bilayer type. Now I'll go to ISO dash. As you can see here, we have got the dotted lines in a proper manner. Okay, so this side we have shown the bottom reinforcement 100 mm center to center. I think we have taken one extra line, so we can delete this for systematic. Okay, so now here we'll show top reinforcement 12 mm dia at 150 mm center to center, that is 0.15 meter. So one, another one like this, right? 1, 2, 3 number of bars and 1, 2, 3 number of bars. Okay, then you need to provide the reinforcement. So here 20 mm dia bars is there, so I'll take circle of 0.01, 10 mm radius will be 10 mm. So we need to take the circle, copy it. Okay, so first thing is what you do, copy it from this portion and place it over here. Then you can select the circle, move it so that it is properly placed at the center, placed as the tangent of these two lines. Okay, then we can copy it and select the center midpoint, and then you just go and place it over here. Now we can move this circle like this. Then you can copy it and place it over here, and then you can copy two circles and place it over here. I think you can carry that out. So ultimately it should look like this, 8 number of bars. Okay, so this is the plan. Then you have to show the dimensions of each and every aspect here. So now as far as the elevation is concerned, so what we will do, I'll take construction line XLV. Okay, so from here to here and then here, and then we can show the center line like this. Again we can manage it later, so I'll select a line somewhere here, then in this portion trim the bottom portion of this line. Okay, now what is the bed concrete? Thickness of concrete bed is 200 mm. So I'll take an offset of 0.2 meter. Thickness of bed concrete. So I'll trim this line, then trim these lines. Okay, Now thickness of footing is given to us is 600 mm. Thickness of footing given to us is how much? 600. Where it is? Okay, depth of footing is 600 mm. So we'll take an offset of 0.6 meters, right? Then we can delete these, we can trim these lines. Now what we need to do is we need to provide the reinforcement. So footing, in footing we have 50 mm clear cover, so I'll take 0.5 meter from this side. Sorry, 50 mm is 0.05, so offset of 0.05 on this side and 0.05 on this side, 0.05 meter from here and then 0.05 meter from here. Okay, so trim these all the lines. Right, so now what we need to do, we need to provide the reinforcement. So this is one bar, 12 mm dia at 100 mm center to center, so remaining bars will be behind this bar. So here what we need to do now we need to provide the circle. So circle 12 mm is 12 mm dia is nothing but 0.006 mm radius. Okay, so copy this circle, place it over here. So offset of how much? 0.1 meter. Offset of 0.1 meter. You have to keep on providing the offset of 0.1 meter and copy this circle at a distance of this like this throughout the drawing. So I'll show you over here. This is 0.1 meter offset. Again, similarly, what you need to do after providing this, we need to provide it. Okay, so I think I have made a mistake here. So you have to provide it over here. Then offset at a distance of 100 mm. Then go on providing the circle. Similarly, at the top, circle is provided. Then offset at a distance of 150 mm. Here at the bottom it is 100 mm. At the top it is 150 mm. Okay, so this procedure we have already done in isolated column footing, so you can carry that. Okay, then now what we need to do, we have this column. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take a line somewhere here and then trim these portions. Then we can delete this line. So now for the column, this is the midpoint of the column. What is the width of the column? It is 400 mm. So I'll take 0.2 meter on this side, 0.2 meter on this side. Similarly 0.2 meter, that means 400 by 400 column we have provided. Okay, this is one bar. So from the front elevation you will be able to see 3 number of bars. The remaining 5 bars are hidden. So we'll take offset of 0.04, which is the clear cover on this side and on this side. Okay, then we can trim this portion like this. So these are the 3 columns. Then what we need to do again, so here offset of how much? 200 mm is nothing but 0.2 meter. Then we have to keep on providing 0.2 meter offsets like this, as you can see over here. Okay, so this is how you need to draw. Here you should provide the hatching of the concrete. Then you take this bar and bend it over here, and you take this bar and you bend it over here. So this is the combined footing. One more problem or we can discuss is English bond and Flemish bond. So here you just need to understand the patterns. What is the pattern? In English bond we have stretcher. So this is 200 mm, 200 mm by 100 mm. So this is 0.2 meter by 0.1 meter, 0.2 meter by 0.1 meter, 0.2 meter, 0.1 meter. English bond is like this, where we have complete row of a stretcher and then complete row of a header. Okay, but here in the second row, what we need to provide after an header, we need to provide half break here. Okay, then we have to provide again header, 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 header. So similarly here stretcher, stretcher, and then header, stretcher and header. This is the English bond. Now as far as the Flemish bond is concerned, we have a stretcher, then we have a header, that is 0.2 meter by 0.1 meter. This is 0.1 meter by 0.1 meter, then followed by stretcher, header, stretcher, header, stretcher. Okay, so the naming should be given here like this, SH. Then we have header, then half brick, then stretcher, header, stretcher, header. So this is the English bond, where we have a stretcher row, we have a header row. But in Flemish bond we have stretcher alternatively stretcher followed by header, stretcher followed by header. Okay, so I don't want to extend the video too much, so these are the three questions that you need to go through.